Throughout human history, forests have provided for us food, shelter, medicine, warmth. When you come to a forest like this, you can immediately feel its value as a living, breathing entity. But now, forests need our help. With our current forestry practices, a forest has no measurable value until it's cut down. And therein lies the problem. Now, more than ever, our forests need us to be people who nurture and protect it. After all, forests have nurtured and protected us for millennia. We are deeply connected to nature, from old forests to rugged coastlines, the tiniest wonders and vast open spaces. It's where we come from and what we share with all living things. It's time to rediscover the wild. I'm delighted to visit this forest. It's been left to grow old, and it feels so alive. It's one of the oldest remaining forests in the province, thanks to the sure hands of the first people of this land and a few generations of conservation-minded settlers. Leah Morris from the Azudulisk team is showing me how this precious land, now back in Indigenous hands, is being cared for today.
I am Leah Morris. I am the site coordinator here at Azudulisk.
Wow, it does not take long to feel that this place is something really special.
This place is amazing. The feeling is fantastic. As soon as you walk in, it just calms you. It brings on a whole new life for you, and I want to just share that with as many people as I can.
Azudulisk means that which gives you balance, and that makes sense to me. This forest has always been a place of healing.
It's been used for so long for spiritual reasons, way back when the Mi'kmaq originally had this land. Now it's a place that we can come back to, and one of those things is Grandmother Maple.
I've never, ever quite felt the presence of a tree the way I feel hers.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's been here for over 550 years. If you take a look at her, you'll see a lot of red tobacco ties have been offered to her.
It's as though she is sitting there and telling you, it's gonna be okay, it's all bigger than you.
Exactly.
I'm wondering who the caretaker is here. Is it you or the forest?
It's definitely the forest.
In Nova Scotia, less than 1% of our old-growth forest remains. Azudulisk contains one of our few remaining hemlock stands. Rare, precious, and absolutely enchanting.
We're starting to enter into our old-growth forest.
This really has an ancient feeling in here.
It does. It's quite a large hemlock stand, and you'll see the volunteers up there.
Oh, I could just see them through the trees.
Yeah. We have a large old-growth stand. It's one of the largest left in Nova Scotia. With that said, those hemlocks are being threatened by an invasive species called the hemlock woolly adelgid. We are working very hard to combat that with medicine injections.
There is hope for this forest. Danny Miller with Canadian Forests International is here leading a year-long treatment project.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
Oh my gosh, what an operation you have going up here.
It's a lot. Mostly volunteers, which is incredible. People are so excited to give their time to save a forest like this. It's really inspiring. What I've been doing here is partnering with Olnewag Education Centre to save this ancient hemlock forest. So we're in here treating the trees. It's been a long haul. We've been doing it for about a year, but it feels really good. We're on the last stretch.
I just want to help. Is there actually anything that I can do?
Yeah, absolutely. We can run through the different steps and we can see which role you want to play. By the end of the entire treatment, we'll have treated about 8,000 trees. Those are the trees that are behind me, just massive cathedral trees that make up really important forest type.
Most of today's volunteers are from a community group called Howl. They specialize in bringing young people together to participate in transformational learning experiences. Helping to save an ancient forest sounds pretty transformational to me, and I'm honored to lend a hand.
Hey, Sam.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Getting ready to treat the tree?
Yes.
I'm here with Zoe, and we're gonna walk through the process because she wants to help.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great. So, Sam, you can start with your first drill port.
So you first want to make sure that you're just putting the drill at the little bit of an angle, not too much, just enough so that the tree can drink up the medicine. And then you want to just go straight in and straight out. Just like that. Grab your nozzle and place it in there. You grab your brass tapper and give it a couple of light taps. And then it's ready for the capsule to be placed on there. So you just place it on there gently, and you can kind of hear it drinking the medicine now. And then you do that evenly all the way around the tree.
The active ingredient is imidacloprid, so it's the same active ingredient in your dog or cat's flea or tick treatment.
You feel like you're ready to try it?
Well, with your supervision, let's say. It feels like a big responsibility.
Okay, so I'm gonna hand you this.
Yep.
This invasive insect is native to Japan. It's a very, very tiny little insect. Each adult is about as big as the size of a pepper flake. So it's weird to think how something so small can have such a huge impact on the forest. But as the climate changes and the weather gets warmer, we don't have these cold snaps in the winter to kill it off. So it's just spreading more and more north as the climate gets warmer.
And just, yeah, a couple of light taps.
Like
Perfect.
Canister, and you're actually putting...
When we put the medicine in here, it'll send it up through all the way up to the top, through the trunk. It's important to get the medicine up into the canopy because that's where the hemlock woolly adelgid is. And then the bug feeds on the medicine through the sap from the needles up in the canopy. Where there's been a treatment done, the trees stay alive and healthy, and everything kind of around there has been dying off where it hasn't been treated.
And that's that?
And that's that.
One done?
Awesome. One more tree saved.
All right.
All right, on to the next one.
Great. Getting to play even a small part in such an important effort with this incredible team of volunteers is beyond inspiring.
It's really cool that we're all together right now in this place and learning, you know? Especially that I'm a youth, you know? I'm still learning. I've heard about people doing the work, and now I'm actually here doing it. It's like, you know, humbling. We're reconnecting with the land. We're reconnecting by doing this, because we had trees like these, right? So when we lost them, it's like, you know, you're losing a part of yourself. You're losing a part of your identity, and identity was like, you know, our land, our animals, our life, you know, the spirits.
Azudulisk is safe in the hands of the people who have taken care of it for millennia. But this isn't the only forest that needs stewarding. An hour north of here, deep in the Acacia Valley, the Goodwin family decided that the best thing they could do for the land they love is give it away. About 10 kilometers outside of Digby, Nova Scotia, in an area recognized as a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, there is a beautiful forest whose owners have embodied the principles of stewardship and sustainable uses of the land.
Been wandering through these woods ever since I could walk, basically, with my grandparents and my parents. And some of it was my grandfather's land, and some of it we bought in later years. He bought about 120 acres in 1912. Moved here with his wife and brought up 2 children here. One of them was my mother. We've had a long connection with the land.
Larry and Greta are the next generation of caretakers for this beautiful forest that has been in their family for the past century. The fact that it still stands tall today is a testament to the care they've taken. Larry's got a birdhouse for a special spot on the trail, and I'm joining them along with their dear friend Jonathan to go and put it up, and maybe hear some stories along the way.
So this is a maple tree that my grandfather would have tapped after he'd bought the place, first spring probably, and that would have been 1913.
Wow.
And it's still here, so this tree is well over 100 years old.
Oh, it's huge. Oh my goodness.
There isn't many of them left, but this is one of them.
Larry very much wanted this land to be shared and enjoyed by others. It was just too good to keep to themselves. He began building a trail system across his forest that connected to existing trails on neighboring public land. And like most good projects, he had a little help from a friend.
My name's Jonathan Riley. I guess I'm an outdoor enthusiast, and I was a journalist back in the day, and that's how Larry first asked me to come here. Was they wanted me to do a story about the place, but then, of course, I fell in love with it.
We got to know each other, and he was into hiking and stuff, and he had a lot to do with making this trail what it is, and he's been a good friend, a lot of help. Digby has a lot of trails around, and Jonathan's been involved pretty well all of them too, so.
I think it's a pretty big gift that he's angry to have given to the community.
You're very humble about this all, aren't you? Thanks to meeting Larry, Jonathan found himself on a whole new life path. He taught himself about endangered lichen and learned that finding species at risk in the forest can trigger protection against logging. Today, he continues to study lichen in support of the province's oldest and most precious forests.
In Nova Scotia, it's a really special place for lichen. They have regulations here about what you can do, how you can harvest trees around lichen. It's one of the few places in Canada where they have these rules. I learned that if I found certain lichen, they couldn't cut there. It was pretty exciting. Once I found one, I wanted to find more. We found 33 species at risk lichen between Larry's property and the Crown property. Every one of those is like 7 hectares they can't cut.
It's plain to see how much this place means to Larry and Greta. They were so committed to ensuring it would stay just as it is that they gave it away through an incredible land donation to the Nova Scotia Nature Trust. This forest is legally protected, forever wild, for all of us.
Larry realized that he's not going to live forever. He wanted to make sure that everybody would have access to it forever because he knew how important it is to the community. So we looked around for a while, tried to figure out what was the best way to do that. And the Nova Scotia Nature Trust was on the list. And when we started talking to them right away, they were interested. I guess it just means that this property will have a chance to continue. It already has a great head start. Parts of it are a couple hundred years old. People will have the opportunity to come and walk under those trees forever.
We've been owners of this property for 56 years, and we're thinking of the future and what will happen to it.
We look around and see so much clear cutting, and we didn't really want that to happen. Main thing for me is this hopefully will continue and people will be coming here and enjoying it long after we're gone.
There's a nice quote that I read. The meaning of life is to find your gift, and the purpose of your life is to give it away.
This whole forest is pretty magical, and I think we've come to the spot Larry has been leading us to. This feels like a very special spot. I love all the moss.
Yeah,
And the sun filtering through. It's just gorgeous.
it is. It's close to the brook and it's peaceful. Okay, now this should be fun. Maybe I'll hand it to you.
Oh, can I get the other side here? Here.
How's that look?
That looks pretty good. Is it solid?
I doubt it.
Oh, that looks good. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I think you've given the birds a very peaceful little spot there.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope so. Yes. 13 years ago, our older son, Brent, he passed away from the result of cancer. And he really loved the forest and the trees. And we just thought it would be fitting to have a bench here in his memory.
That is a very, very beautiful spot.
Yes, yeah,
It's pretty special to have a place like this to come and think about a loved one.
yes. It's more fitting than going to the cemetery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
To say Larry and Greta are at home in this forest is an understatement. And their hope is that others will be too, for generations to come. Oh, and there's another birdhouse right there. Ah.
That's sort of a bird feeder.
Bird feeder.
Oh, bird feeder. Sweet. There's all kinds of little touches on the trail. It's so sweet. Larry and Greta have collected a lifetime of stories living on this land. And because of their generosity, there will be many more to come. But these won't be the only stories echoing through the treetops of Nova Scotia's oldest forests. 7 hours east, at the far reaches of southern Cape Breton Island, the stories have been around so long, they're called legends. In southeastern Cape Breton, where the Bredor Lakes open into the North Atlantic, there's a very special place. Cape Dauphin is a sacred place for the Mi'kmaq of Unamaki, a place of old forests, powerful coastlines, and indeed, legends.
As you see, the trail is old. It's very ancient. When we come here, we know the ancestors are with us. We feel their presence. We pray to it. So I ask the Creator to bless our journey today. We come from such diversity, but today here we are in a circle as family. So I ask the Creator and our ancestors to bless our journey, keep us safe.
Clifford Paul works with the Unamaki Institute of Natural Resources, and this is one of his favorite places. The Kluskap Wilderness Area is an almost 3,000-hectare wild space, the first in Nova Scotia to be stewarded under the Indigenous Protected and Conserved Areas Program, the IPCAs. He regularly brings groups of people out here for a challenging hike and an immersive cultural and spiritual experience.
I'm Sidnogama, all my relations.
Sidnogama.
The steps we take are sacred. When we go to the place where legends begin, we go to a place where the legends are still alive in our oral tradition. When we come on here and we tell these stories, the legends still live on.
Today, Clifford has brought along his friend and colleague Nadine Lafort, his cousin, honored musician Graham Marshall, and inspiring local earthkeeper Seth Doucette.
We have Seth with us, and the beauty of having people so young is they're able to dance in two worlds. They have their education, so they have the modern Western scientific ways of interpreting this natural world, but they also have the traditional way of interpreting this natural world. So they are bringing the two-eyed seeing approach at Ewaptamug. So we have young people here monitoring the species at risk, and they're bringing with them not just the books of science, but they're also bringing the traditional wisdom passed on to them by our elders and our ancestors. How rich is that?
Seth and the Mi'kmaq Earthkeepers of Nova Scotia keep a close eye on the ecology of the land.
We work with species at risk here. Most specifically, the species that we're mostly working with here are bats. So we monitor bats in and around the cave. We also do some lichen work along the trail, identifying at-risk lichens, and we also do inventories of different species along the trail.
A wide variety of our most precious plants and animals are only supported by old forests like the one on this mountain. Today's destination, however, is on the coast, which is a long way down.
Use the rope. I love heights. I love this too, man. The climb takes us back to our childhood, where we had no problems climbing. Now come down this way, Graham. I'll show you a way. It looks sketchy at first, but if you turn, it's just like climbing down a ladder. As you make your way down, roots are going to start to show up right in front of you, and you have your grips for both your feet and your hands. I like to go across here, Graham, but you can take that way.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the center of the universe.
Safely at sea level, it's clear that Clifford feels an incredible connection to this place.
So right here, I do the heartbeat of Mother Earth. I just rest my head here, put my hand on the moss. Then you visualize yourself doing this 1,000 years ago, and your ancestors have done this in the very same spot. Press the moss, but don't damage it, and you'll feel the pulse of Mother Earth. That's it, right under the water. Let the water flow freely over your hand. You feel it?
Yeah, you can feel it pulsing.
You feel the pulse of Mother Earth.
During peak season, Clifford often guides group hikes here several times a week. And when the tide's low enough, you can walk right up to the cave. Today, the tide's too high to get there.
Glooscap's cave is just around that little bend there. You see the rock where there's a hole? It is here where Glooscap lived with his grandmother, Noogumee, and his best friend, Abystinouts, the pine marten. And one day, Glooscap was on the water in his canoe, and there were two maidens on this shoreline. They were relentlessly teasing him, and he kind of lost it. He says, "You better stop," and they persisted even more. It angered him. He jumped up in the air, landed on his canoe, and broke it in two pieces, and it turned to stone. So the Bird Islands represents his broken canoe. And if you look at it with satellite imagery, you'll see it's shaped like a sea kayak broken in two pieces. And the waves created from that impact came to the shoreline and turned the maidens into stone. And here you see one of them still looking at the broken canoe. She's right there.
The Mi'kmaq have been here since the last ice age, and often their sacred legends are expressions of geophysical events, changes that they've observed in the landscape over that 14,000 years or more.
We're a rich people with a diverse history, with incredible stories to tell. Our truths are stranger than fiction. They may be metaphors of events where the land has changed, and we associate that with Glooscap. We are expressing and teaching scientific occurrences through legend, and it's told by a voice more ancient than mine.
The Glooscap Wilderness Area became Nova Scotia's first IPCA in 2023. It's co-managed by the province and the Unama'ki Institute of Natural Resources. After decades of fighting against mining on this sacred site, this protection is a great reason to celebrate nature conservation here in Nova Scotia.
I think it's important to have these areas monitored and managed, or at least led by Indigenous organizations. I just think IPCAs are important. I think it's important to have Indigenous-led initiatives, and I think it's important to protect these spots that have the significant landmarks. They're important because they help us protect the lands that have always been here, that we've always visited, and we'll be able to protect them in perpetuity for the next 7 generations.
It's for people realizing their responsibility to protect, to join forces, no matter what culture you are, to come together and protect this area, protect this mountain, protect everything that dwells upon it. It's our job to make sure that we speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, which is the land, the water, the trees, the flora and fauna of these IPCAs, and the flora and fauna of our traditional territories.
Call them stewards, call them guardians, earth keepers, or conservationists. The people who defend these essential old forests do it for all of us. Protections of our wilderness come in many forms, and come they must. We all know in our hearts the forests are more than just lumber.
I think we have to be really thoughtful about where we cut and where we don't. When a forest gets to be as old as parts of this forest are, that's got a head start on something that's only 40 or 50 years old. If we cut everything and then conserve, we're conserving less automatically. We're going to make money from forests one way or the other. Let's try to save what we can that already has that head start and has the biodiversity.
I see places all across that are being identified for protection. In my lifetime, I never thought that would happen, but it's occurring now, and I'm very happy to be part of it.
I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna keep doing this until the day I die. I'm taking care of this land, because that's what it's doing for me. Why would I not do it for it, you know?